happy to be here. This is an important issue, and I'm grateful for your time. My name is David Charles Grush.
Videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
We're now releasing a lot of things having to do with space, you know. It's people are very interested in that. It actually became the #1 topic. We're releasing a lot of information having to do with extraterrestrial things. But we're releasing all of that information.
At 8:42 a.m., the United States government quietly released another wave of classified UFO files, videos, radar captures, infrared footage, military encounters that officials still cannot explain. Most people saw entertainment, some saw disclosure, but defense analysts noticed something, a pattern, because these objects weren't appearing randomly. They were appearing near military infrastructure, nuclear facilities, naval operations, and strategic defense systems. So tonight, we investigate a terrifying possibility. What if these objects are not visitors? What if they are scouts? If these were random sightings, why did so many occur near strategic infrastructure? The released files repeatedly referenced military airspace, naval operations, and nuclear readiness sites. Defense analysts quietly discussed a possibility once confined to classified circles, reconnaissance, not invasion, but observation, the same thing every military power conducts before conflict. You map the radar, you test response times, you probe weaknesses, and according to some former intelligence personnel, that may be exactly what these objects are doing. One newly released report described glowing orange orbs pursuing military aircraft during a classified operation. The objects maneuvered within feet of the helicopter, before splitting apart and disappearing. The pilots were reportedly left speechless. But what terrified analysts wasn't the lights themselves, it was the behavior. The objects appeared aware, responsive. They reacted to intercept attempts. They monitored military movement, and then vanished before engagement. Several incidents involved objects entering the ocean and emerging again without visible damage. Transmedium capability, a phenomenon military analysts have struggled to explain for years.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
What was splashed? Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
Water may provide concealment, thermal masking, or perhaps a staging area, because many encounters now occur near submarine operations and naval groups. And if reconnaissance were underway, the oceans would be the perfect place to hide. What if disclosure itself is part of the operation? Not theirs, ours. Governments prepare populations slowly. Information is released in stages. Shock becomes normalization, and normalization becomes acceptance. First came leaked Navy videos, then congressional hearings, then ARO, then mass document releases, and now the public barely reacts.
I will now recognize Mr. Elizondo for his opening statement.
Greetings, Chairwoman Mace, Chairman Grothman, Ranking Members Connolly and Garcia, and members of the committee. Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives and oversight bodies. For many years, I was entrusted with protecting some of our nation's...
What I'm going to show you now is the footage was captured by our military in 2018. It's in Iraq over a sensitive facility. Why it caught my attention is because it was designated UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, by our intelligence agencies. And then it was treated with just spectacular secrecy. It's in thermal. It was filmed on a weapons platform.
Every military power follows the same doctrine before conflict: observation, mapping, surveillance, response testing. And according to the 2026 files, these objects may have been doing exactly that for decades. Monitoring military capability, tracking nuclear technology, testing aerial response times. Watching, waiting, not for months, not for years, but possibly for generations. The Pentagon insists there is no evidence these objects are extraterrestrial, and perhaps that's true, but even government investigators admit some cases remain unresolved. The question is no longer whether something is in our skies. The question is, why are they here? And if these files truly represent transparency, why release them now? Because maybe the government isn't revealing the phenomenon. Maybe they're preparing us for it.